What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and the overall markets. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15 in total, not to mention an 8.1% APY on invested cash. The offer ends in just a couple of weeks. Anyways, let's talk about the markets. So, as you guys know, tomorrow is going to be Wednesday, December 11th. And 1 hour before the market opens, we have CPI data coming out. Now, we're basically expecting the numbers to be the same as before, nothing too different. And we'll see if we get the same numbers or not. So if the data is below expectations, this could cause the market to run more. If the opposite happens, we could be looking for something very different. But for now, just know this. Starting off with Tesla, we're holding support very nicely at our 30 minutes 20 EMA at 401.5. If we get a decent CPI, this could bounce very nicely and try to surpass or get very close to all-time highs. And if the opposite happens, if they lose the support here, we're going to be at risk of dipping to about 395 or below. So we'll see what happens with CPI. If you're holding anything overnight in the markets, please be careful because we don't know what's going to happen. And you want to be very open-minded for that. As far as SPY goes, we've dumped all the way down. So we had an inverse head and shoulders like structure, but I said if we lost 604, this will be invalidated, and we'd be looking for essentially a move back down to 602. Lo and behold, that move failed. The 604 hold has failed us, and we came all the way down to about 602. So now we're watching to see if the support holds. Do we hold 602 and then see a big bounce back up to 605 plus and eventually 608? Or do we end up failing at 602 and we get a rug pulled back down to 600 and then 598? It could go either way depending on what happens with our CPI data. I'm not 100% sure which direction we're going to go in because, once again, the data could be very manipulated and anything could happen. So we'll just have to wait and see. But for now, just be very, very patient. For other factors out there, we have ES. This is on a bit of a downtrend as well. We're looking at 60-40. If that holds, we could be looking for a nice attempt to get back up to 60-60. If that fails us, we're looking for essentially 60-20. Could go either way, but we're still shuffling at 60-40, so we'll just have to see what happens from here. Depending on CPI, so if you're holding anything overnight, be careful. Nvidia's at support around 134, and we have resistance now at 138. That's the main level to watch for as resistance. We could go either way on this. It is still technically bearish looking, but CPI could determine anything, and you'll just have to wait and see how that goes. For Bitcoin, we're trying to rebound for about 97,000, and we could try to get back above that, so we'll have to see. But like I said before, we're on a bit of a downtrend here, so it could react anyway depending on our data. Now, these are going to be very interesting. NQ and QQQ. There was a large head and shoulders like structure on NQ, which led to a pump and then dump. And that actually panned out very nicely so far. So now the question is, will 21,300 hold as our support? Will we hold that area to try to rebound for 21,467? Or do we lose that and start dumping back down to 21,250? We could attempt to bounce here, so we'll just have to see how it goes. So give this a little bit more time. The QQQ, we also have a head and shoulders like structure as well here. We have 520 as the main level. If we lose that, we're looking for a move back down towards where the gap is, towards 517. We haven't fully filled the gap yet, but if we hold 520, we don't end up losing this, we could attempt to rebound back up towards these highs, depending on CPI. So it really could go either way, despite the head and shoulders that's present, despite the fact that it does look a bit more bearish. Apple's retesting 248. A decent CPI could help us get closer to 250, and if not, we could be dumping back down to 244. So just keep that in mind. The IWM is on a bit of a downtrend. It's been downtrend these last couple of days, so make sure you look at the support at 236. We'll see if we hold that or not, especially as we look at this channel that has been developing. For coin is also on a bit of a downtrend. We'll have to see if we hold support at 300. If not, look at 308 as a very, very important level. For others out there, we have Amazon. Amazon is on a bit of a downtrend as well. We're barely holding 225. If that fails us, I think we could be dipping closer to about 223.5. For Meta is also in a range right now. It could be attempting to get back up to about 624. So we're stuck in this range for now. It is holding up support very, very nicely. A decent CPI could launch it back up towards the highs. And if it's not decent, if we get a negative reaction, 608 is going to be retested. Microsoft is looking decent. It's still in a range between the low 440s and then the high 440s, being stuck going back and forth between these levels. But if CPI causes a rug pull, we could be looking for a move back down to 438. If we bounce, we're looking for 446. So it could go either way. Google's on a nice uptrend here. We're looking for essentially 188 as our resistance. We'll have to see if we can try to break around that area or not. Otherwise, we are just kind of stuck right now. So the markets had a nice dump towards the end of the day. However, that does not guarantee anything. This could just be another liquidity grab before we get a big bounce after CPI, or it could just be the start of a bigger dump. We'll just have to wait and see. The market could go either way, guys, so please be prepared and just know that there's going to be a very, very big move coming. So if you're holding anything overnight, this is your last warning. Please don't forget to just manage risks and be careful. Not financial advice when I say that, and then we'll see what happens after that. Thank you for listening. Please have a great rest of your day, and peace out.